Hi friends, welcome back to Calm in the Chaos Homeschool. If you're new here, my name is Davine and I am still at my in-laws house when I'm recording this video. So the background's a little different, but that's what you're seeing here. So I don't have my lighting and all that, so it might be a little darker than my normal videos, but I'm glad you're here. Today's video is a collaboration hosted by Leilani from Living with Eve, and a bunch of other moms are going to be adding to this playlist. The topic is what I love about homeschooling. So I did make this video about a year ago and I did not go back and watch that video. I'm curious to see what I might say the same or different from last year now that we've done another year of homeschooling. So I have 5 things I'm going to talk about today, 5 reasons why I love homeschooling, and I really hope that I can continue homeschooling through the end of my kids' high school education. So the first reason I would say that I love homeschooling is I love the time spent with my children, learning together and just living life together. That has been a bonus, that has been a plus since we started homeschooling. I really feel like I'm going to know my children so much on a deeper level after going through homeschooling with them and learning together. And I just feel like we're spending a lot more time together than we would have when they were in public school, and just making some more solidified memories and just solidifying our relationships. So that has been a great benefit of homeschooling, and that is something I've really enjoyed. The second thing that I really love about homeschooling is that I feel like I have more time, maybe not all the time I need, but more time to teach those things that I feel are super important in life. I'm able to make sure that our curriculum or the things that we learn throughout the day are things that I value, things that I think are important for my children in their future lives. And I don't feel like this was something I didn't feel like I had enough time to do when my kids were in public school. I was worried about when I could stick in just important things like how to manage finances, how to do things in day-to-day life, just things that I think are very important skills that when you have public school, you just don't have a lot of time to teach those skills. So the third thing I love about homeschooling is the ability to customize each child's education, each child, what they're learning, how they're learning, and things like that. I really think that that is such a plus for homeschooling. Each of my children are so different, and I can really just challenge them where they need to be challenged, and I can help them where they're struggling, and I can look to the future and create a high school experience that is going to best benefit them. So I really think that is such a bonus of homeschooling. I think that people who stop homeschooling during high school are missing out on this final ability to be able to customize their high school experience to best help them in their future and help them to meet their future goals. I'm not saying that if you choose to send your child back for high school, that's a mistake. Every family has to make their choices each year with each child. And I know that there are some really good reasons why you might need to send your child back to public school, or why that might be the best for them. But for me, I'm really hoping I can continue to homeschool my kids through high school, because I feel like they're going to get a very customized education that will just set them up for life in the best way possible. Of course, I don't think I'm going to do it perfectly, but I do feel like it is probably going to be better than an alternative in our current situation. I never want to say that I would never send my kids back to a school, Christian or public or things like that. You never know what's going to happen in the future, but I'm really hoping that I'll be able to have this chance to teach my kids through high school and just prepare them for their futures. And this goes along with this point. I also love how much time my children have to explore their interests, because if they're able to complete their schoolwork quickly, they have so much more time than other kids who are in public school to explore the things that they're interested in, to do more things that are hands-on and things like that. So I'm just wrapping that in with this reason. I just love the customization of time and material for my kids and their schooling. Next, I want to add that I love how flexible homeschooling is, how flexible it can be. You really can change the days you're homeschooling, change the times you're homeschooling based on your family and your life and the schedule that you need. You can take breaks when you need breaks. You can do more school when you don't need a break. and you can do it during the morning, afternoon, evening. I really love how flexible homeschooling is in just every aspect. And I love that you're not tied down to certain hours where you have to leave the house at certain times unless you choose to do that. So I really love the flexibility of homeschooling. So the fourth thing about homeschooling is I just love the flexibility. The fifth thing about homeschooling that I love, and a reason why I do not wish to send my children back to school, is a lot of what is being taught right now in the public schools. I feel like there are a lot of dangerous things, not only what's being taught, but just the environment and the other kids that they might be around. I feel like there's a lot of unhealthy things being taught directly from teachers, being taught just in the environment and just among peers, what peers are teaching other peers. And I feel like it can be a very dangerous environment for many kids. I have one child who would probably be okay, but I feel like my other three could be easily swayed by anything really in the school and be affected very deeply emotionally by some things that happen in the schools. So in our area, in our school district, I do not feel like public school is a safe place for my kids at this time. So I think something like that would be dependent on your child. It would be dependent on their maturity level and what they are able to handle, what grade they're going into, what the school is like at that time. And there might be Christian schools that would work better. Maybe, maybe not. There's still a lot of influences, even at Christian schools, that aren't always healthy. So it's not that I want to shield my kids forever and just keep them from contacting the outside world. That is not the goal. The goal is for me to have the conversations with my kids that I feel like they need in order to thrive and survive and flourish in their adult years. And I get to choose the time when I want to have those conversations with them. And I get to choose the environment that they're in during these younger years when they're very impressionable, and through their teenage years when they're going through a lot of changes. And so I just think that's such important. That is a big why for me in why I homeschool my children. So I would love to hear, what are your top reasons for why you're homeschooling or why you're considering homeschooling? What are some things that are either pushing you into this and you're doing research about it, or why do you keep homeschooling? Even when it's hard, even when your kids may not be cooperating, or people around you are telling you you're doing the wrong thing, or society itself is just pressuring you to send your kids back to public school. Why do you choose to homeschool? I would love to hear your reasons. And don't forget to check the playlist below for all the other moms doing this video about why they're homeschooling. I know that I will enjoy that playlist and I will be watching along with you. So thanks to Leilani for setting up this collaboration, and I hope to see you all in my next video. Thanks. Bye, guys.